you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It is arguably the biggest game on planet Earth. And now this grand game enters its 6th decade. We welcome you to Santa Clara and Levi's Stadium for Super Bowl 60. One game to decide it all. It's the AFC champion New England Patriots and the champions of the NFC, the Seattle Seahawks. Around the globe, wherever you are, welcome to America's great sports day. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, Super Bowl Sunday. Great to share it with you one more time, Greg. What a 2025 season, all the twists, all the turns, and it all culminates tonight here in Santa Clara.
And I think this is a matchup, Mike, that I don't know how many people had on their card just even a couple of weeks ago, but you look at the rosters, both sides of the ball, very well balanced, very well coached. So I think the biggest thing each team told us all week was, let's just handle the emotions of the pregame. Let's handle all of the lead-up, because once that ball's kicked off, let's just rely on what's gotten us here, and I think we're in for a treat.
After all the hype, it's finally time for football. It's Super Bowl Sunday. And off we go on EA Sports. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their second-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake May.
You just can't imagine the emotions and the thoughts swirling around his head as he takes the field on this opening drive, Mike. I mean, you think of the journey they've been on, their regular season, that gauntlet of playoff games through the AFC playoffs, and now here they are. He's taking the field as the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl, and he's 4 quarters away from living out his dream.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 8. We're going to run, and this is Travion Henderson. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
On 4th down, Bryce Baringer out to punt for New England. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL, and Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
All week long, they just keep telling themselves it's just another game, and then reality sets in. And I promise, as he takes the field right now, Mike, the thoughts and the emotions swirling around his head, he's got to do his best to harness it. These are the games that legacies are built upon. He understands, even though he's had this long journey, he is going to be judged based on these next 4 quarters.
A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down. Darnold to throw on first down. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On second down, Walker. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Caleb Chason. He gets into drop in. It's a loss of 8.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
It is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. The ball deep for the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
I hit that a little too well. It lands a couple of yards in the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. Down at 21, a gain of 1.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go play action with May. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. Going up top. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
To return, it's Shaheed. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Jelani Tavai there on the tackle.
His 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Walker. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 13. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
First down, Seattle.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. Kupp brings it in left side. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks will take a 3-0 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. On the return, Travion Henderson. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And so far, 2 drives, 2 punts, no first downs. Not a winning formula as they start drive number 3. Off the play fake, here's May. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They run with Walker, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make...
And he's in! Sam Darnold. Touchdown, Seahawks. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown. And, Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Seahawks are out to a 10-0 lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, Travion Henderson. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Here's May. We'll try and set up the tight end screen. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 6. To throw is May. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. We'll go right back to Stevenson. And And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Third and short, and here is May. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
May going to hold on to this one. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down by a good couple of yards. They get 3 on 4th and inches.
I love this call, Mike. Put the pressure on the defense to make the right decision. In this case, they decide to go after the running back, but it's the quarterback who pulls it and keeps it himself and is able to convert for the first down.
On the handoff, Stevenson running left. And he'll get forward for a couple. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 8. After a spirited first quarter here in Super Bowl 60, it's the Seahawks with the early lead. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Time for the second quarter. Patriots with the football. 2nd down and 8 as we are ready to get back underway. They'll run. Stevenson. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
It is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun. It's May. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
And the best offense on 3rd downs, Mike, is to be really good on 1st and 2nd down. This keeps teams from putting themselves in these unfavorable positions. It's part of the reason why these drives continue to stall out.
This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Seahawks offense about ready to take over once more. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Smith and Jigba left side, he's got it. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Darnold to throw. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. It is Harold Landry working his way in for the sack.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll let this go deep for Diggs. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll be 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's May. To the left side, he's got Henry. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And we'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. On play action, here's Darnold. To the middle, it's Cup. From the 46, here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun run now with Walker. And he's going to have the 1st down yard. Across the 50 to the 48.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 13 yards on that pass play. First down, Seattle.
For the longest time, when you threw the ball to the running back, it was a check down, a swing, a screen, kind of short underneath where you relied on guys to run after the catch. But that's not the case anymore. So many of these running backs around the league, Mike, they can run routes in a lot.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Second and 11. Now Locke. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Third and long. Locke out of the shotgun. That one on target to Cup. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. A big one there on third down, good for 26 yards.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Throwing, Darnold. That's complete. It's JSN.
Brings up second and 10 at the Patriots 16-yard line.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the gun on third down, and he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This one will be from 37 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks will open up a 13-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Myers back out there. Had the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They find themselves down 13-0 here. They try to get things started offensively. It's 1st and 10. To throw now, May. He'll find the rookie third-round pick, Kyle Williams. And he's very close to a first down. He's out after a pickup of 9.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page. And that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Stevenson. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays...
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Big Leonard Williams that time forces his way in for the sack. Two minutes to go here till halftime. Back for more on Super Bowl Sunday after this. May to throw on 2nd down. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
3rd and long. Now May. He's found his receiver, Butte. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Here's Bryce Behringer now as he's on to punt for New England. And that one not returnable, out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. A fairly quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Darnold to throw on 2nd down. This one not quite on target, and too much. That one falls incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And third down coming up.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And no return on this one. Fair catch signal for and take. The Patriots offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. May gonna look to throw. Short pass caught by Henry, the tight end. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Throwing now is May. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Hunter Henry was the one he was looking to connect with. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Patriots, first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
1st and 10. To throw again is May. That complete to Henderson.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. May to the air once more. That'll be taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. That is incomplete. Throw took him out of bounds, and it will be 3rd down.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
That's complete to Ramondre Stevenson out of the backfield. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? On now is Andres Borregales for the field goal try. This is going to be from 53 yards out. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. So, 2 quarters down here in Santa Clara, the Super Bowl 60 halftime. Straight ahead with Scott Hanson.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Could we have a finish to remember here in Santa Clara? Second half underway in Super Bowl 60. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. We're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. A big hole. Still going. And he is gone. 71 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
And now, after the big play, got to cut that celebration short because they're going to stay out and go for 2. They'll run for it with Walker. And this time, he'll be stopped short of the goal line, maybe a little winded after that long touchdown run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. And in motion, it's Diggs. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. That's 11 yards again, 2 plays in a row. And another first down.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
Here's May to throw it on first down. Diggs on the reception. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. 20 yards on that pass play. First down, New England.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
It's the tight end, Henry, in motion. A run here with Stevenson. And he fought through one tackle, stayed on his feet, but they get him down. It's no gain.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
On second down, it's May. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision. Maintain possession of the ball.
He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On fourth down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. This one from 39 yards out. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Pats are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. Shaheed now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Handoff, running left is Walker. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll go play action with Darnold. One's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Complete. He's got Pop. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
Darnold to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force a football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Another shot at it from the 9. Second down and goal. He'll keep this himself. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Third and goal coming up.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him. And in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So you find yourself playing with a 2-score lead. Of course, it goes without saying, Mike, you don't want to take any unnecessary risks. The primary reads weren't there. Works through his progression, move on to the next play, and just throw that ball away.
So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks will extend their lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So Myers back out there, had the field goal a moment ago, now set to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's May. Pass caught right side by Henry. And he'll be out of bounds, a pickup of 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a toss, running left, it's Stevenson. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Patriots first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
He'll manage only a couple. DeMarcus Lawrence, there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here's May. We'll try to set up the screen to Stevenson. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
On 1st and 10, here's May.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
2nd and 10. May to throw again. He'll step up and run this. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Off the play fake, here's May. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
Down in here in the low red zone, Mike, these windows are just so short. The field's a lot wider than it is deep, so it really changes the scheme and the progression of the quarterback, and nowhere really to go with the ball, and falls incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd down, May. And he's so close to the goal line, couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes.
That one, take it in. Touchdown, Patriots.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone because, as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. He's got it. And the Patriots are able to cut into the deficit. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. He'll start at the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Got a man, that's Barner, the tight end. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there, short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
And he'll take this up past the 40, a pickup of 5. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Here comes 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack. Down to the final quarter in Super Bowl 60. We'll return for the 4th from Santa Clara after this. This is 3rd and 6. In motion is Barner. Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to come back out for this next possession. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. That one good for 29.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help them at all.
May to throw on second down. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
They'll try to set up the screen here. Whoa! And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a first down.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter. And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. The look at his big target, Henry, over the middle. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 12 yards on that hookup. First down, New England.
16-yard line.
On play action, here's May. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
Working out of the gun, it's May. This is caught at the 2. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
And the Patriots, first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the fourth quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's first and goal.
That is caught by the tight end, Austin Hooper. Touchdown, New England. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Borregales now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Pats have cut the deficit to 5. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Shaheed now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Seahawks offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll get this out wide, and they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 11 yards for number 11, and a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
At the 39-yard line.
Throwing on second down. Darnold. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And that is incomplete. He was looking for Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. And it's going to be fourth down.
I really like the personnel adjustment by the defensive coordinator, Mike. They go dime coverage, so they're going to bring out 6 defensive backs, really play the pass and muddy it up with as many pass defenders as you can. Nowhere to go with the ball, and now we got to see, does the offensive coordinator, when he sees that dime package take the field, what answers does he have?
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession.
At their own 13-yard line.
On first down, they'll start out with Stevenson. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. From out of the gun, here's Meg. He'll get this out to Henderson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 6.
Throwing is Meg. He's got his man. It's Diggs. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Patriots first down.
That's good for a Patriots first down. First down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
43-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. To throw is May. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
It's a loss of
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Throwing on third down is May. Finding room at midfield. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
They'll run on first down with Stevenson, and they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Sure pass caught by Henry, the tight end. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Third and short, and here is May. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. And it comes to 4th and 2. They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. Oh, the ball's out. And the Seahawks have come up with the recovery. And now, following the turnover, we have an injured player on the field. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 2nd down, it's Darnold. He's going to look for the home run ball. That is hard. And he's going to take this one all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, Seattle.
And that should all but put this one away, Mike. And we've had some big plays throughout this game, but none bigger than that one right there. They score on the long touchdown, and that makes this a 2-possession game here late.
Myers now to add the PAT. His kick is good. And the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Patriots 17.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. The return starts from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Patriots offense ready to take over once more. They'll come up for 1st and 10. To throw now, May, who outs another catch for his favorite target. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
There's that man again, another catch. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. May gonna look to throw. He's found his receiver, Boutte. And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on 1st down. They pick up 7 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd down. On the run is Stevenson. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
May now on 1st and 10. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And they'll take this down inside the 35. New England going to take their 2nd timeout. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. They'll need to score and do it quickly. Still 1 timeout left. The final minute, 1st and 10. Here's May. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. The Pats going to stop it here. They'll use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll stop it with 28 seconds to go in the game.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
This is 1st and 10. Now, May. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Here we go. One final play. And they will finally track him down. Great coverage downfield. Leads to a sack. And that'll do it. For the first time in more than a decade, the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. So this, a well-deserved celebration down on the field. You know, Greg, it wasn't totally mistake-free, but about as solid a performance as you could hope to have on the big stage in the big game.